absolutely. Absolutely. I think that they're the spear that's pushing this. Absolutely.
No, the main reason I say getting involved in such a thing is you think it's Israel.
It's just Israel. It's the Jews, dude. Don't you hear it?
No, yeah. When it comes to talking Iran.
So you're avoiding the entire U.S. empire and its existence. You're avoiding.
This particular us striking Iran, yes, it was absolutely on the behalf of Israel and his Zionist base in America.
No,
absolutely.
Israel had be part of it don't matter to you. You think the whole main reason is Israel?
Absolutely.
I don't think that though.
Isn't he fucking?
What do you think it was? What do you think it was?
What are you, 15? Pepe? Do you have a 15-year-old understanding of the world?
There is a lot of things.
You have a 15-year-old IQ. Shut up.
No, there is a lot of things involved. Like I don't know who said it. The currency, the war with China. You know,
yes, you know we absolutely. Now you asked me the main reason. Now, if you're asking me if there's converging interests, okay, but if you're asking me if there's a level of convergence of interest, yeah, absolutely.
But the reason actually getting this empire and stand its existence, basically. That's the way I say it. There is no other reason.
I think that's incredibly naive and stupid and willfully ignorant. Willfully ignorant.
No, let me finish. Israel is not a very big part of it. Israel, obviously, and it's not, like basically nothing. Israel is a big part of it, but it's not the reason.
Okay, so I guess Marco Rubio's a liar, Mike Johnson's a liar, the New York Times are liars, the Washington Post, they're all liars. Everything, and of course, when the Washington Post and the New York Times were interviewing the insiders that were there, convergence of interest, but they do have their own interests in mind. And it's not always in the best interest of the United States. And yes, we do have a very strong Zionist lobby. And we can look at the largest diaspora of Jews, which tend to be the most successful here in the United States, that are going to lobby and intensely support
you just
the
keep
Zionist
hitting
cause.
yourself, dude. Every time. Can I add
Okay, yeah, go ahead, you fucking monkey. You fucking low IQ trust.
Really? I am low IQ.
You fucking
all you can
inbred
do
piece
is
of
say
shit
the
from
same
Montana.
fucking thing, bro. All you can do is say the same thing, but I'm low IQ, sure.
Yep,
Okay.
you are.
So let's read between the lines here, moron. So when Trump was saying the reason why we're intervening in Venezuela is because of the drug boats, do you really fucking boats full of drugs? Why we went in? But he has to tell people that. You probably believe.
Who said that?
Listen to me. When he was going into Venezuela at first, when we started.
I know. You said it. But I don't believe that. You fucking moron.
Obviously, I know, but this is.
It had to do with the Monroe Doctrine.
God damn it! Would you
obviously
shut the fuck up
goddamn
for a
moron.
second? Would you shut up for a second and let me finish? God damn, you're stupid. I just want to finish, motherfucker. So,
okay. I know you're inbred.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. Because
the inbred person can talk. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, inbred.
Okay. So you go ahead and cite what Marco Rubio and the media says and what our fucking State Department is saying. We're gonna tell everybody our fucking plan, dipshit. So you're citing what they're saying publicly. Yet Trump in Venezuela, when we started intervening, listen, but he said you didn't think he was going to do it. I didn't, but he's telling the whole world we're doing this because of drugs coming in the country. So your dumbass is citing what Marco Rubio in our State Department and the media is saying. You don't know what the fuck their plan is, dipshit. So
do you know? How do you know what their? I'm just curious though, because you said I don't know their plan, but somehow you think you know the plan. So what is the plan?
Well, I think. There's
you think.
What did I say?
So a retard is thinking.
Bro, kid.
A retard is thinking.
So I just told you earlier.
Fucking bitch.
Dirty Frenchman.
Guess what, dude? I will stab you in the fucking throat, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
You would. You hillbilly.
Yeah.
You would sit on a goddamn sword and fucking climax and die. That's all you would do.
Honestly, a good conversation, but if you guys want to keep it,
If you're gonna ruin it with
like let's just be, let's just
that
be
little fucking
nice
kid
to
on
each
there.
other and just talk.
We can't because Mountain's a low IQ troglodyte and a sodomite that likes to rape.
Time the best.
It'd be funny when
Asians are the superior.
Taker, bro. You're definitely a
You literally want to get your shit pushed in front of a bunch of other men on the stage. That's literally what you like. Yeah, that's your kink.
I can
Shut
hear
up
the
for
feeling
daddy.
in your voice.
Shut up for daddy,
See,
bitch.
that's what I'm saying. You were dead.
Shut up for daddy. Shut up, daddy. Shut up, son. Shut up, son.
Your boyfriend, dude. You're definitely gay.
Son's gonna get a spanking. He's gonna get his feel to the hospital. I won't believe it. I'm such an anti-Semite. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll listen for a little bit, maybe. But
Buddy, you smell like curry.
I'm a dirty.
No, I
take dirty.
No, Pepe, I had him say bunny.
I literally take. I'm a dirty Indian. I like to, poop on the side of the road, and I eat a lot of curry. My poop smell like curry. It's a horrible, awful, rancid smell.
Buddy, wash your feet.
I don't. I'm very bad. Very bad.
Bunny in the audience.
Buddy, you wear Buddy, do you like butter chicken?
Did give us sauce, right? Fuck you, you goddamn racist, putting your daughter on the phone and they don't really.
Say, bunny, don't use your feet for the food.
Buddy, do not use your feet from.
I make my food with my feet, you don't like it.
Learn to use utensils.
Or the utensils.
I don't need it, I have toes.
I don't, child.
Buddy, wash your.
He said, wash that dot off your forehead.
No, thank you for coming in. No, not going to do it.
Tiger is kind of calm, yes. All of you go to sleep. Buddy, you watch Transformers. Hey, buddy, you're crusty and musty.
So what is son? Oh, son and daughter. Oh, okay. Okay. The other son's in the other room.
Look, when I'm 35 as a Persian guy, I couldn't see myself to becoming that.
Yeah, I got 3.
Open my eyes, I see my country, I see my geographic location I have been born in. I couldn't see myself to commit this crime unless if I was an American. It would have been a that.
Oh yeah.
Keeps your children happy.
Transformation is car. Race car.
What's your name, buddy?
What's your, his name's Richie. Transformers, robots in disguise.
It was crazy sometimes.
You going hard with the paint.
Hey, buddy. KK, Asian squad. Gang, gang.
She was supposed to say KK. Yeah, she said Asian squad gang gang.
Hilarious. I'm going to report you for that.
I wasn't talking to you, faggot.
That's why I'm reporting you, bitch. Have fun having little kids on here, you fucking weirdo. Guess what? You're going to be kicked off the app because you had a little fucking
Oh my
child
God.
on here, bitch.
Hey,
Yo, are you
Wait,
disrespecting
hold on.
his kid?
Hold on, 13 are not supposed to be on here, you fucking piece of shit.
you faggot.
Bro, you're
Don't
making
worry.
manga people go and look stupid.
Alright, so Mountain, just FYI, I have over 100,000 accounts on Clubhouse, so suck it.
Right. You're a fucking weirdo. You're a pervert.
Yeah.
Get this fucking child off of the app.
KK, did you hear, and Buddy, did you hear that he's going to get me kicked off Clubhouse?
Alright, well, I will, dude. It's okay. You have fucking kids on here, you weird motherfucker.
You know how many accounts of yours I can get
You
clipped?
think people want to
by
fucking
mass
talk to
fucking-
children?
Mass
People don't want
fucking
to talk to
reporting it.
children.
Mountain,
Motherfucker.
you know I can mass report every account you ever
Guess
create
what?
in like the next
Go ahead.
5 years.
You know what, motherfucker? You were a weirdo, okay? I'm definitely going to record
Yeah,
this
KK
shit.
said, which account are you going to clip on mine?
Yeah. Motherfucker. Get your kids off this app.
Mountain, suck a dick.
Yeah, you fucking probably have your kids sucking your dick, you weirdo.
Fucking West
Get your
Virginia.
fucking
bro.
kids off this app. Get your
Bro,
fucking
you
kids off
want
this
to
app.
almost
Because
like you're projecting a little bit there.
Do you think we want to talk to children, you weird fucker?
Was that a Freudian slip?
Do you think we want to talk to children? These are
Mountain's
your
like,
children, you
yeah,
weird fucker.
kids.
Dude, listen to yourself. You are allowing your children to talk to strangers, you weird
And
motherfucker.
telling everyone to go
Now
to
get the
sleep
fuck off.
and be nice.
Get your own children
And
off
telling
this
Buddy
app,
to
you
wash
weird
his
fucker.
feet.
You
I
obviously
think
don't
all
give a
of
fuck
those
about
things
these
are
kids.
necessary.
You are a piece of shit. A real piece of shit.
I know.
I've never heard of one person in my life on this app who let his fucking children.
Oh, God, you're such a whiny
You
ass.
weird motherfucker.
Oh, I got
You have no
headphones
shame?
in. They can't hear
You
you
have
all
no
you.
shame. I heard you fucking letting your kid on here.
I have
That's all heard.
AirPods in
You
my
are
ear,
a
you
strange
idiot. They can't
motherfucker.
hear you.
And you should be ashamed of yourself. Get your children off this app, you strange motherfucker. Fucking God, dude. This is the internet, dude.
Have you
You're
ever
fucking
heard
kidding
of
me?
Bluetooth headsets? Like AirPods.
Get your fucking child
I
off
can
of
hear
this
everything
fucking
you're
app.
saying.
We
but
don't
guess
want to
what?
hear their
They
voices.
can't hear
We
anything
don't.
you're saying.
Dude, you think it's okay to
They
let
can't
fucking
hear you,
strangers
you
hear
idiots.
your fucking children?
Oh
You
my
think this is
God.
okay?
Stupid.
Listen to yourself. Ask your mother. Ask these kids' grandparents
They
if
can't hear
if they
you.
approve of that.
They-
Ask any stranger.
can't hear you.
Ask any normal
They
adult
can't hear you
if this is
cussing.
okay.
I'm
You
feeding
are a
them
fucking
lines.
weirdo.
I'm feeding them lines and saying,
Get
hey,
your
say
children
this.
off of this app,
Say
you
that.
weird fucker. Good God, dude, I swear to God. Some of these motherfuckers have no business being parents. You shameful piece of shit.
Are you done yet, Mountain?
No, dude, I
Are
really
you
cannot
mad
believe
because
you.
I was in
This guy sounds like a Basiji guy in Iran. Seriously, like, you know, in Iran, the parents who think like him are called Basiji, the supporters of Hezbollah or Hashd-e-Shaabi or Islamic Republic. What, dude? Like, he uses
KK,
microphone
you
and
think
tells
it's okay
kid.
to let fucking children? You think we want to hear some fucking children's voices? No fucking adult, no parent
He
thinks
says,
that's
bro, do
okay.
you think like we're trying to?
Wait, Mountain. I have a question.
Congressman KK, you are not a fucking parent. You've admitted it. You don't know how to parent, obviously.
Shut the
I'm not a parent. I'm not a dad.
No, I'm talking to KK down there. You do not.
Move the audience. Mountain, I have a question. Do you have any like restrictions on being around kids? Is there like a certain amount of feet?
That's really true. There's the
It's like I can't be around these kids, guys. Y'all can't. Yeah, he's like he devolved to talking about like kids on computers and stuff. I was like, what?
People might think about and do crazy stuff to them.
Yeah, I bet you're doing things to your kids.
And these
Like,
guys
wait, what?
raised and born in the United States, they have American blood. They have to be open-minded. They
Yeah,
have
my
to
kids can't hear anything, y'all. It's like I got headphones in. Yeah, I don't think Mountain's
I
supposed to
thought
be.
aliens are running the United States.
I don't think
Since they're
Mountain's
so
supposed to be
powerful,
near
I thought
schools.
aliens are running that country. They're so smart, like, personally. But some of them, real love.
Mountain, how many feet do you have to, or how many feet do you have to keep away from schools? Oh, he came in. I know. All right, let's get back to talking about how bad the IRGC is again. KK, you gotta come up. You or Bunny, one of y'all gotta come up. One of y'all gotta take over this mod shit so I can go to sleep. Well, of course KK should come up before you, Bunny. She's East Asian, you're South Asian. She's superior in every way. to sleep.
Is it Kid John Jones, bro?
What's that?
Is it Kid John Jones?
Nah.
He said go to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna be up for a while or what? Oh yeah, you.
Okay.
I made you a mod if you want to keep the room on.
Where are you guys supporting?
Where are you from? Turkey. That's just a lot of English.
That doesn't matter. Why you guys?
You're from Turkey, bro?
Of course,
Why
it
you
is.
support Erdogan?
Yeah. That was great coming out of an American guy. He said just iyiyim.
Yeah, Rustam. He said iyiyim. Çok teşekkür ederim arkadaş. You shouldn't be disrespectful to the people of United States, you know, in their own state. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? You said like you're from Turkey, right?
Fuck all of you guys.
Bro, can you just answer the question? You're from Turkey? Or
It doesn't matter. Did I ask you?
doesn't matter, bro. You don't even like your country or shit. Are you trying
I
to
think he's a secular Turk.
Rustam, I say fuck Allah. Are you trying to kill me in the real life if you see me?
No, I don't care about that. But why you kill me?
You don't
Also,
care?
he also has Afghanistan shit in his
Oh, he's Afghan, bro.
Afghan Bachabazi.
Yeah, also, Afghan gap میزنی پس صحیح Afghan gap میزنی فوار پسرشی رستم فوار پسرشی آبرو هرچی Afghan بود
اینم شوف کنه مامانن پسر بچه
Rustam, you're a piece of shit. Like, seriously, I hope that Afghanistan comes to its own senses. And put racial words on my mom or slangs, you know, in different languages to prove the point.
Piece of shit. Just listen.
Yeah,
Do you know what's going on in your country, motherfucker?
truly. I'm a piece of
What do
shit.
you mean in Afghanistan where the Bachabazi dancing boys? Dancing boys, you make
Come
love.
here and say like,
You make the dinky. You make dinky with little boys.
and we share our bank accounts, like, you know.
Rustam, your country is disgusting.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck all of you.
We carpet bombed your country.
So the difference between our country and your country is going to be definitely that. You're going to be
Boria, I have a question for Rustam.
We're trying to be American slaves.
Rustam, do you remember when you were a kid and we used to make you all dance for chocolate bars? You remember when we used to throw chocolate bars and you guys would dance?
You're gay.
Dance around.
If you're here,
Seriously, United States.
We would give you American chocolate
At
bars.
one point in future, yeah. But as Persians, we're trying to do that. So yeah, go ahead.
You guys are gay, right?
And Islam is not some kind of a slavery religion over your head, which says that you gotta put rukta on your fucking woman or children or kids to cover their own fucking body, hair, or whatever.
You're girls.
Yeah.
You're
Hey, fucking Israel, fucking motherfucker, Israel.
Fucking makan Israel, bro. Like it seems like Rustam, get educated. Get educated, Rustam. Throw this Islamist young.
Hey, Rustam, we always do never to sit down where you want to sit because everything is covered with lice.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Like,
All of your blankets and all of those little pillows and shit are covered with lice. That's why we never sit down with you.
مادرت جنتك یه روزی من اگه تو رو میتونستم تو ایران ببینم I swear to God I would have cut your fucking head, you know, like once CIA look خواهر مادر تو گوش میکنم, like the way that they speak Farsi, yo, of course the way they speak Farsi is so dumb that over the years, trying to be realistic, in Iran we used to mock them. In Iran we used to mock them. Guys, bro, you guys are
Especially
you guys are so
Ashton.
wrong. You guys are so wrong.
It's almost like
There's gonna
Bunny.
be the new world
It's almost like
order.
Bunny had sex and had a baby with an Afghani chick. That's
Yeah, their prophet was the Bonnie Blue assault group of guys in Pakistan with 30 inches of cock. The peaceful Prophet Muhammad used to get gang raped by
Oh,
assault.
the Al-Zut. The Al-Zut man.
I don't want to root for the guy who was the Bonnie Blue of assault, you know?
Oh, the Al-Zut are amazing.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال Man, fuck all the pages in your Quran, man. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I did last night? I pissed on your Quran pages. It gave me satisfaction. Well, you know, we're not trying to fight a fair war together in here. I'm not trying to disrespect your family. That's the difference between me and you. You're a Muslim. You're a Muslim. I don't necessarily mean to disrespect your mom to prove my point. You know, God bless your mom. Well, see everybody, as a true Muslim, I hope United States would eventually support all the Muslim guys, people.
Can't shot him with, okay?
No, you gotta say partner. Yarmuta is Arabic. Right. Afghani, bro, you're not even allowed to talk right here, unless if you raise in the United States or you immigrated to. Still, like I've seen a bunch of them in Toronto. Okay, all the Afghan guys. They lived maybe 15 years of their lives. They went to school in here, but yet because of their family close and tight ties with this Islamic beliefs, they're still the same piece of shit that they were in Afghanistan. So it should have stopped their fucking immigration procedures like around the world, especially Europe, that they're these guys are flooding Germany with their fucking Islamist extremist theocracies, and I like these guys should be removed, like unless we're gonna see disrespecting people's family to, I don't know.
The Afghanis literally live like fucking rats. Like I said, anytime you go into their houses, on their carpets, and you don't even go near the carpet because you know if you touch that carpet, you're getting fucking lice. But they'll insist. No, sit. We drink tea. I'm like, I'm not drinking your shit, bro.
You smoke opium or whatever.
Yeah, not happening. The fucking dirty well water, fucking stagnant shit gonna make me fucking throw up for the next 6 months. I'm gonna be fucking itching. Fuck, I got lice all over me.
And the people who actually participated in that happened about a month and a half ago were mostly from the group of the beautiful, innocent, patriot, Persian compatriots of mine because they have like dissolved issues with our heritage, with our looks, with our beliefs, with our way of life. You know, they don't even like us because we're not Muslims. We don't believe in Islam, and they don't have any knowledge about humanity. Like, you cannot talk sense to them. You cannot educate them. They're super corrupted with this, you know, Islamic theocracies. They're gone. They're wasted.
You know, from your
We can't
PTR,
help them. We can't help them.
from looking at your PTR, I am kind of sad that they didn't catch Khomeini and then bring it back to the United States
Yeah.
and then mix it in with.
Here right now, about a minute ago. He was like one of the biggest, you know, influencers in Islamic world. You know, he could have read Quran with a beautiful sound that he's gifted from God. Okay, and then he was the lover. Turns out he was the lover of Mr. Supreme Leader Ayatollah. And you know who just actually exposed that? Catherine Shakta, the Jewish woman who actually was an undercover Mossad agent. And she would have meet the Supreme Leader in the 12th day that she was settled in Tehran because she was putting this fucking propaganda that I'm a Jewish woman and I'm so obsessed with this Khomeini leader. And she would have actually tricked these fucking idiots. And she would have understand the closest secrets. What he likes. She said Khomeini liked little children and he liked Mr. Tusi. Okay. And then he gave a beautiful house, a mansion to that guy Tusi in Tehran because he was living in Mashhad in another city, which is not close to Tehran, to Khomeini's place. So he would have given a mansion to Tusi to meet him till the mornings. They have like reports that he was staying in his mansion from nights to mornings. What they were doing in there.
Exactly.
You know, and there's another thing that in his young ages, Khomeini guy in Mashhad, he used to be raped in Hammam Mansouri. There was a public bath back in the time, and then they used it to get fucking clean. They used to take shower in the fucking public bath. Times in our era back in the time, and then he used to be gang raped by a group of people in there, and everybody would have known. The local people in Mashhad, they're all telling the same story. We're having an expression which we said, if there is not something, people would not talk about that. about it or talk about it or actually making these rumors. 99% of the rumors, especially in politics, would eventually come true one day.
Oh no. Yeah, he's burning in hell right now. That's all that matters.
Thanks to Trump.
Well, I'm gonna hop off here, man. If you want to run the room or build the room or whatever you need to do. If you want to invite a bunch of people in here, get a bunch of your audience in here.
Have a good night, man.
You too, man. Be safe. That's why Atlanta have like 50% of Atlanta niggas are snitches. The other 20% are gay. And then you got like sprinkle with trap niggas. Like
They're not gonna turn on him, but that's what I'm saying though. They're not gonna turn on him. How you really gonna affect him with this?
That's just Atlanta though. You got to think about it's globally.
They don't care about that, bro.
Like yeah, I know. It'll be like he can like really like sing it through the ringer. Like he has the power to do that, bro.
Alright, look, everybody stepped back from Diddy because they think that it was falling. Niggas is gonna step up for T.I., bro, and support him.
Not really, when he started, because the people that fuck with T.I. right now, like, it was the aftermath of like, he snitched. Then he started bringing up like basically like, oh, how he started doing the Crime Stoppers and how, like bringing up like how
niggas don't care, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, believe it or not, though, bro, it's a lot of them niggas from Atlanta that was on Crime Stoppers, so they don't care, twin. They don't give a fuck about that.
Gunna was too, but it's gonna be.
Show by standing next to him and supporting it. They're already doing it. Yeah, he already was on Crime Stopper. He already like everybody in the world already noticed, and he didn't lose no sleep, bro. Like this nigga still T.I., like still popping.
Yeah, one thing I can say, bro, is living in the H1, like you start to understand that the camaraderie these niggas got, like these niggas will fight with each other, but they ain't never stick with Atlanta, bro. No matter what the fuck you do, they gonna figure it out. That's just one thing I've come to understand.
But you're dealing with Kurt Thanos Jackson. Like this is a different beast. Like you know what I mean? Like this nigga.
Like for example, you seen like with the last shit that just happened. You seen like niggas start. They start coming out.
That's just Atlanta shit. One other way. The only thing that is around Atlanta is gunning. Like Atlanta is so broke here right now, bro. Like I don't care what no one says. Like 50 has the power to diminish everything T.I. ever.
It's not broken. How you say think Atlanta's broken? They right now.
They more together than they ever.
They more together than they ever was, bro.
I swear to God, yo, bro. I don't think you like, yo, Hulk. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think. We just saying is the way that they rock for each other, bro. When it comes to all facets of anything, whether it's business, whether it's restaurants, it's food, it's
together though.
Yeah, bro.
You underestimate Atlanta's celebrity and their power, bro.
I'm not underestimating. I'm just letting you know they. Bro, this nigga is like he said he's the algorithm. Like right now, T.I. can post some shit right now. Alright, he can post music, he can do whatever. No one will listen to it, no one will give a fuck about it. Like you go to his videos, like it's a couple videos got a couple million or whatever. Alright, whatever, cool. When you go to 50 Cent page, my nigga, like every video is 2 million plus views. Every single video.
He's a big deal worldwide. He's a big deal.
Worldwide, globally.
Yeah, but with all them views, let's be honest, who's winning right now? Not with Mano on him. With versus 50 and T.I., who's winning right now? Don't say, because he evolved the fit. All that matters. Who's winning?
50.
Nah. We can honestly say that in here. I think 50 is winning against T.I. right now.
Hold on. I'm just proving it right now. Name one memorable bar from Damani's song, just off the top of your head right now. Go.
It's not about the music.
No, yes it is.
No, it's not. It's about the fact that family formed together and the way they did that showed power. Okay, we can feel like that, but that shit showed power though, bro.
Daddy, add me green bean.
Like that whole shit right now.
Daddy had me green beans. It's crazy. I got
50 got the whole family rapping. All I'm saying is this: 50, he put the niggas on the intro of Power, where you gotta listen to that shit every Sunday, every single day, like that. And I remember that one line more than I remember anything from. I listened to all 3 tracks, to Damani shit, to Mini Tiny and T.I. shit. And
That's why I say he's half a genius. He put them in something that niggas is just gonna be drilled in people's brains.
He immortalized it.
Bro, they just call that nigga king, nigga. That was powerful. And that did show power, and that did overshadow what he was doing. They up one right now. They up one. He gotta come back.
I say that family in distress. Like at the end of the day, they all have to try to come out and do something or whatever. But when you look at the
baby spitballs at him. The baby, it's over, bro.
Bro, listen, no one gives a fuck about that. Like people are more concerned. Like all you have to do is do like a trolling video. A trolling video is more powerful than any diss song that they can drop. It's going to get more recognition and people going to care about it way more. And what I'm saying is when you have the world stage, when your platform is bigger, 50 Cent's platform is way bigger than T.I.'s. His platform is bigger than Atlanta.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I just said that he's a big deal worldwide. Hope we understand that. Just because he's a bigger deal doesn't mean he's winning. That's not a great argument for.
Then how is he winning with all of diss songs? Like, okay, the money had a good song of Rich Jackson.
It's not about. See, look, if he dropped a documentary, then I'll say he got one up on it. Right now, when it comes to the word that's on the internet, on the streets, just period, everybody knows, bro. Like everybody's saying that, like, nah, T.I. winning right now because of the way his family came back. It ain't got the war right now.
So you said that they got one up because they stood up for themselves. That's pretty much what you're saying.
It was very unexpected, and then they stood up for themselves. It was unexpected, and it showed power. Yes, it did. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call the 15 for Lord in the chat because he's definitely smoking back.
Well, I don't get it.
Nah, I'm not jacking that.
Oh, nah, I'm not jacking.
Nah, you bugging. Lord is bugging out.
He's on the iPhone right now.
But here's the 50, bro. Y'all niggas tweaking. What?
Y'all niggas tweaking. T.I.'s never went diamond.
Y'all not gonna change my opinion.
He never went diamond.
No. Oh, wait. That's not opinion. That's not.
I'm talking about straight music wise, album for album.
You just said hits. You just said hits.
T.I.
There's a thing that's not opinion.
Actually, what I meant by what I wrote. That's what I meant.
No. I'm talking about what you just said. You just said T.I. got more hits than him. We're not gonna change your mind. That's not. We're not gonna change your opinion. That's not an opinion. It's somebody does have more hits than somebody. You can count that. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
I don't even know the facts.
Can you give me an album that is better than Get Rich or Die Trying, please?
That's all you're gonna say. Say, bro, like that's one album. That's what I'm saying. Music career, not music peak or one album. And I'm talking about the whole thing.
No, I just said two different things. I said that he's went diamond. He's never went diamond, and then I said that he doesn't have an album that's
your
better than
argument
Get Rich or Die
is
Trying.
one album, bro. But then you gotta also look at it like. Bro, you're smoking.
Eat
bro. I don't
smoking.
know what niggas. I don't know what niggas is smoking. Ti had
Okay,
hits,
so
nigga.
all right, you want to
2003, 2008, Ti had way more hits than 50.
Can we settle this tonight on
discography and stronger lyricism, 50 Cent peak commercial impact, radio-friendly anthems, making widely seen as having more recognizable hits in a head-to-head matchup.
Well, hold on. Yeah, over 50 Billboard Hot 100 entries, right? So Billboard Hot 100 number one hits, he got 4. 50 number one hits, he got 4 also. I'm sorry, bro. Let me see top Billboard Hot 1 top 10 hits. Yeah, Billboard Hot 100 top 10. But the argument, he came off his mic and he said that T.I. got more hits. And I said, let's do it. He said, that's my opinion. I said, no, but there's a thing, that's a fact. We can count how many hits he's got. And he was right. I got more hit records. 50 probably sold more, but if you're talking about more hit records, hit singles, he got more.
And I'm telling you, after Get Rich or Die Trying, that nigga T.I. had trap music, King, No Mercy, all them shits is better than anything 50 put out other than Get Rich or Die Trying. No bullshit. T.I.'s great. It's only like, his rapper wise, but it's just like, 50 started acting in a gang of movies. It's like, you know how many movies
More you saying someone that puts out frequently can have more. Okay. You can listen. Not someone who put out frequently. We can have the same amount. We can put out the same amount of stuff, but I might have an album that sell more than you. Your singles, you might have more number one hits that hit the charts. We talking about hit records that hit the charts. You can listen to Rihanna for 3 hours without repeating a song, and they're all hits.
think when he released, whatever he was releasing back then.
Nah, he was
I was
going
in like
nuts.
middle school,
Yeah, he was going. I ain't going front. T.I. was going
going crazy.
for consistently. You know what I mean? For years. That's what, I'm be real. Yeah, like, all right, but so the when T.I. got like more consistent hit record. I mean, but to be honest with you, T.I. got more albums too, though. So,
That's a fact. 50 started bringing out G Unit and shit.
So let me ask you.
That's what I think. That's what I think. He got crazy. He should have dropped out. Well, he put his niggas in the game because, like, the same thing he said he did that on purpose because he knew his niggas was gonna sell. He had niggas like Lloyd Banks and them going platinum and shit. That was Buck.
that's a fact.
And all that just because he released Get Rich or Die Trying and then released.
In the game, nigga, you gotta put Bulletproof in there.
Of course.
That's one of the most legendary games ever in life.
And that's so
You gotta put
That's what I'm saying. He put them niggas albums out. Lloyd Banks game.
No. I said Bulletproof. I'm talking about the game, like the PS2 game. You remember Bulletproof?
Game? Oh my god. Yeah.
That shit legendary.
Bulletproof was on some true crime, Grand Theft shit. 50, like as far as like culturally and like globally, it's 50 with not even no questions asked. Yeah, I just said music.
Yeah, musically, I would say I like 50 better as an artist. Maybe I'm being.
Anthems, them club bangers.
Like, yeah, like Max, they got
the niggas,
hits. Like Max.
niggas he's going up against. I can honestly say, as far as making these songs, bro, they can't fuck with that man.
So is it true Blueface really not that girl baby daddy?
Yeah, I gotta do.
I just said that shit on mute. I ain't gonna lie.
But you don't want to talk about 50 Cent no more, Katie?
No, I was just random. Like,
he said he wasn't. He said he was playing.
And she said he was cap. So did he pull a pick? Like if you want to go that hard,
you know what they doing? They lined it up just so they could record them, go to get Tesla live on camera for the new show that they got. Because Wack keeps saying they got an app coming out and they don't have it on there. That's what they doing. They want to sell an app.
They got to reel them in for the bag.
Yeah, you know that.
Bush.
yeah, sorry, I'm with 50 Cent.
Those are two worst people that be on my timeline, man. I finally got them out of my algorithm though. Because I stopped.
I do that.
You gotta stop going to Hollywood a lot. Like they be having them on all the time. You gotta like shit, scroll and like. Don't stop and comment. Because I used to comment on this shit like this stupid shit. Like, don't comment on it. You gotta just start, liking shit that you really like. The algorithm will feed. They don't feed me that shit no more. Like really, I see Christian. I was shit every day on my shit. Like, why the fuck I keep seeing these motherfuckers?
He didn't devote her life to God.
Man, listen. I guess so. What you say?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask Browns for sure.
Like, yeah, I'm about to be petty.
I was ready to change the whole subject, so I mean, like.
Nah, me too. I was gonna change it to okay.
I was gonna ask this niggas, is it proof California was like really an island? Like that shit was an island before?
Yes.
And the only reason it's not an island is because of like dams and shit. No.
Now that I don't know.
I mean, what like it'll prove to me from research. I've been doing that.
And you know it was founded by a black brother.
Say it again.
California was founded by a black one.
One black one.
It's the old land.
How you find some people was living on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's the one that found California, though. I can't remember her name.
They probably named it California, but ain't no
mean,
some people
I was
living
in
there.
Khalifa or something.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, Katie.
Yes, it was found by a
I
black
heard
woman.
that shit.
She's fat.
I heard that shit before too. But I said that I asked that shit because like that shit. This is the old world, bro. And what I mean by old world is like Egypt, all that shit was over there.
Yeah, that's true. Because so one of these states are Morocco, and then one of the states are
Memphis should be Egypt.
I thought it was like Chicago or something.
the Memphis one is
Memphis might be Morocco.
right.
Memphis is one of those shits. Because Memphis has the Nile River, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's the Mississippi River, the Nile River. That one's still, I don't know, man. Like,
Mississippi River would be.
We all on point.
Yeah, we all on point. We just got a little mixed up.
And we sent it, and we landed 5. That's what they sent.
I thought you said like 2,500 Marines.
Yeah, and they took it up to 5,000. Y'all don't follow the nigga that used to hoop. I think he from up top somewhere too. He might be 50 years old. His name Lawrence Johnson, I think. Let me see. I'm ready to pin his shit.
From what I saw, it said that they was going just to give support. They wasn't asking for boots on ground.
No nigga said boots on ground. Cause like it's a lot going on. They not giving niggas the real right info of what's going on. And they lying about casualties too, from what I'm hearing. But Lawrence Cause he be dropping like articles and shit.
Yeah, nah, them niggas is really jacking.
The page, I'm going to drop his page right here. He be on the time.
They saying they really packed it.
video. You see the video? This nigga, this straight AI. He got 6 fingers on each hand. I'm about to put it in the chat. They're supposed to be getting Netanyahu making a speech, but clearly I just feel like they can't be this stupid and fuck up this much. Like somebody's drunk in there or something. One nigga on the planet right now. I mean, so I don't know. I don't want to say yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know what the nigga is. I just know his claim saying that he's dead. This video come out that shows 6 fingers or each hand. And I just know that was AI. That wasn't him. Big goofy ass nigga. No, we not letting you a big goofy ass. You a motherfucker. Look at your fucking chin. Nigga, yeah, I know. Yeah, nigga, I know you in a fucking burnt down fucking apartment, nigga. I can tell. Look at the ceiling cracking and his shit.
That nigga don't ever change his clothes. $50 in there.
No, boots on ground. They sent the Marines up.
Shout out to the mayor in New York. Mount Donkey. You know what I'm saying? Disappointed. We just signed the trans person, whatever, to the fucking LGBTA shit. That's more important right now for him to go do. So much shit going on in that city. Yo, he talking about, let me tell you, man, New York, get out. Get out. They about to take away parking from. We're gonna make buses free, trains free, yeah. We're gonna attack the landlords, yeah. Yeah, parking on a regular street. What? New York is gonna be the first 15-minute city. And then within that city, New York City, they're gonna have multiple 15-minute cities. They're gonna section it off. South Bronx can't go to the North Bronx, can't go to the West Bronx. Then they're gonna make it even a little smaller. Y'all forgot that they put robot police inside the train station to test on y'all last year. Y'all forgot already. They're making y'all niggas. Y'all gotta pay to drive downtown now. Yeah, I used to drive downtown Manhattan like every other day to go get my food, right? Because there ain't really no vegan restaurants like that in the Bronx. Now it's probably like one or two, but not really even. They ain't really got shit like that, right? I couldn't imagine myself having to drive down there and pay a $9 toll just to drive downtown Manhattan every day. Like, that shit crazy. Get the fuck out of here. Look at this shit. Hold on, put this shit in the chat. This nigga's like, if this was America, look at this shit. Look at the way they crowded around her. They threw up the shield. They threw up their shields so the cameras can't see and they raped her. And Yahoo just dropped the charges. Vladimir Putin tweeted that. And if Vladimir Putin, let me go on his page and see if that tweeted. He could have taken it down, but. Yeah. Go. I'm gonna put him in the chat. He really tweeted this shit. That's not his real page, but that page has a check, so I thought it was. Wrong with fucking AI and fucking the internet. I'm gonna sleep on y'all tomorrow.
What y'all was talking about? I'm sitting here all having a slumber party.
It found me. I'm not gonna say I found it because I was talking about it so much. As soon as I opened my Instagram, it came up. The video with the 6 fingers where he's allegedly. Left.
Peace. Good evening to all you. Where you at?
Yeah, microphone was messed up, like in the Matrix.
Did you say I'm in the Matrix or everybody else is in the Matrix?
You are.
Hello, is this motherfucker on?
Niggas want to
They
sleep.
hear motherfucking meditating and shit. Fuck wrong with you niggas, cuz? Talk.
Damn, niggas said talk. Niggas want niggas to sleep, man. I was talking about myself for hours, man. Fuck yeah, nigga.
Well, I was listening because I was like, oh shit, bro, I have my hands wet. Couldn't press the mic. Give me a trigger sound, cuz you niggas. You said what?
Y'all boring my
Nigga, yesterday I was so fucking distraught, my nigga. I had Luca. All I needed Luca was get one more assist, my nigga, for 400. But I hit my other parlay for 250. I was about to hit 2 parlays same now. I was about to be up.
I cracked yesterday and today.
It felt bad.
So I be taking them plays, that high shit. I'll tell you right now.
I'm studying March Madness right now because March Madness going to be a lot of money on the table.
I took Cooper Flag assist, Grayson Allen assist, and flipping. Luka and Joker, both of their PRAs take them over. Both of their shit going crazy. Promise you. Death Row is hocus45rabbithole@gmail.com. My name, Rabbit Hole.
You want a nigga trying to eat healthy, my nigga. That shit is like double.
Bro. Where you shopping at?
Nah, I pulled up to give me a salad, fool, and this shit is just like crazy. It's like, all right, I don't want nothing too heavy. I don't want no heavy shit. So I'm gonna give me a salad and shit. Fuck it, $25.
God damn. Oh yeah, you in Cali. Yeah.
Shit ridiculous. And I need some gas too. The gas, like, I'm like, fuck. I put up to the drive-thru. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get some gas. And the gas $6 here. That's why I be really wanting to fire on niggas when I be hearing niggas be like, oh, the gas, it's $2.80. Like, what?
Yeah, nigga, I'm tight. Nigga, that shit was 19. We was just paying $2.50 before.
319.
Or we were just paying $2.50 before the war. Nigga, what you talking about?
Man, that's what I tell people for my birthday next week. Just give me gas card. And 2000 babies, because 2000 babies, they just be like 2000 babies. They look old, like they look like already like they about in their 40s type shit. It's like they skipped their whole 20s.
Yeah, 2,000 babies alone, man.
I got gray hair now. See it popping up. I'm getting old, bro. I gotta stop.
Welcome to the club, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's crazy. That shit crazy. Pandemic.
Yeah. Experienced a lot in the last 6 years, man. Can't believe 6 years went by like that, though, man.
Yeah, I know. That shit wild. I think stuff gonna start getting back to normal pretty soon though. I think like it was just like that. I think we had to go through that bullshit for a decade.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said censored. Yeah, they got the citizens out there. That shit is unquote. Like,
It's like shit, I know niggas that drive around to scenes all day, my nigga recorded, and they get paid for that shit. That shit crazy. They make good money for that shit too.
oh, I didn't know they was paying niggas to do that. Not really, bro. Like I started to.
It's for the get real, my nigga. Like next week is the tournament. So
I know,
it's for the
I'm
go.
yeah, I'm gonna tap on the tournament for sure. I think that's gonna be some easy money.
Hell yeah, cause you got like good schools and good teams playing like weak ass teams and shit. So they'll catch some shit in there. This shit addictive though. And like I heard that they was talking about like we gotta pay 10% whether we win or lose now.
No, it's not whether you win or lose, bro. It's whether you on. It's not whether you win or lose. Yes, whether you win or lose, but it's whether you're on the profit side or not. Get it?
No, because they gave an example saying if you won $100,000 and then you lost $100,000, you still owe $10,000.
Yeah, but yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So right now, if you're not on the profit side of things, you don't have to pay, right? But now it's profit side of things or not. Like if you're on the plus side of winning. So like it's based on all your cash outs. Even if at the end you wind up cashing out, you still ain't make that much money. You lost more than that. So yeah, you kind of it is whether you win or lose. You're right. Yeah, it's the same shit. Same shit. We saying.
I bet right now it's 20, maybe like 30, 40. If I'm for the frog, it's just like a 2 or 3 leg. But it's just like I have to put a bet in. It's like I can't enjoy sports without a bet on it.
My nigga, I can't either. I bet every day, my nigga. This is life for me. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what I do with day ain't no bet. I be bored as fuck.
Yeah, this nigga my barbershop, bro. I did not know this nigga was a nigga like that. He's a humble ass nigga. Like, his name is D Pat, and come to find out, he's one of the world's biggest sports bettors. I seen him. He just recently was going viral and shit. But he be charging for his picks or whatever. Charge for his to subscribe or whatever. But
You know, you go on them weeks where you got a bad week. I think this week gonna be a good one. So far, I had a great 2 days.
yeah, I'm up for this week. I think I'm up like 700, 800. I ain't shit, but at least I'm in a positive.
Hey, that's something, man. Shit, that's money. It's money you can put towards your bills. Hey, I look at it like this, man. The app could pay. If them apps could pay my bills every month, I'm happy. That's just a plus on top of anything else you're doing. The rest of your money you make go to you. But I'm up over my bills right now, so I'm gonna just keep stacking. I'm trying to be like that homie you said. Up a couple hundred racks off this shit. Niggas gonna be like, they ain't gonna understand.
No, he's a nigga. That nigga put up a barbershop in a Lamborghini truck. Like this nigga, he wasn't lost out like that, but I didn't know he was as big as he was till he was watching his YouTube videos and shit in the barbershop. I'm like, oh, that's you? Like, yeah. I said, oh, you a streamer? They're like, oh no, I'm a sports bettor. I looked him up, like, oh, he's that nigga. Like, he's really a nigga.
It says, so first shit I pulled up, it says New Orleans entrepreneur D Pat is the best sports bettor in the country. Subscribers have been cashing in all year, simply copying his picks. Where his fucking website at, nigga? My dude.
Yeah,
I didn't find this nigga website.
He was saying basically he came out here, him and his homeboy, one of his other homeboys in a movie now, but he came out here, he from Louisiana.
Him. I'm looking for his, what's the name? I'm looking for his shit. How the fuck am I revenue sharing? Yeah, oh yeah, link tree. Is down, I think. So let me find it right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. He just bought a Rolls Royce. I don't know.
Found it. Oh yeah. He paid sportsman. Let me see. Let me see how much this shit is. Oh, hey, that's good. This is only $20 a month. That's light, bro.
You shouldn't tax him.
You gotta apply for his shit. Man, he got too much going on. I ain't applying and doing all that shit.
He took
That's a fact. Cause that's what I call myself, a sports trader. I don't call myself a sports trader. I'm a sports trader, man. Like I don't talk about it, but bro, I literally do this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh nah, that's good, Death Row. That's good. You said something to that one. That's good. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna look through it.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Democrats are just really falling. Like, um, California is turning red. That shit's crazy. We're gonna have a Republican governor. Think to come home?
He coming home. He got 30 flat. 30 flat. With programming and maybe a pill, man. I see him coming home. Earlier than that. Way earlier than that. 30, 25. Without programming, just 85% of your time you do 25. And then he flew to the Rico. He beat the body, so I can see him coming home at like 18 or something like that, maybe less.
Stuff like that because New York don't really have no rappers. Ain't nobody good. Shit.
I just go home, bro. Like I had a lot of excitement throughout my life when I was in my 20s and teens. These days, I just want to be boring. I go to the gym. I go to the supermarket. I go home. That's it. I put my best in like an old man, bro.
There's
Put my
nothing
best.
wrong with that. think the only thing left is like the Jordan motorcycle game.
Yo, at this point, right?
The Jordan Redemption.
I don't like motorcycles though. That's why I couldn't be in a motorcycle game.
Not even like a cruiser.
Nah, bro. I don't like nothing I can't put a seatbelt on.
Oh, that makes sense. It's fair.
I love that hocus. You know, the reason I'm sitting in this wheelchair for almost 42 years is because I did not have a seatbelt on. That's the only reason I got paralyzed. No seatbelt. So
I cannot. I gotta have my seatbelt on. Seatbelt traumatized me. What I said? I said seatbelts traumatized me.
well, if I was a Benton woman, you know what I mean? They rarely pull dead people out of seatbelts. And so many injuries happen because people get ejaculated from their cars. And it was funny, I was telling a story today. So I had a new nurse come because I had this burn down my leg. And I said, you know, ejected. What did I say?
What the fuck?
No, it's called long hair. She was an older lady. I said, Tracy, how long have you been a nurse? And she said, over 30 years. And I was, you know, telling her that I love an older nurse, like an old school nurse, you know, ones I can still learn stuff from, because nurses are so young nowadays and they go right into home health. And I just have seen a lot of things and a lot of changes in my health the past 20 years. But I told her, you know, the reason why I have such a good attitude, when I was 16 years old, I was 3 hours away from home in the best of its kind on the East Coast at the time, Woodrow Wilson Rehab Center, in the middle of nowhere in bumfuck Egypt, in between, right after Owensboro, out in bumfuck Virginia. There wasn't much out there. In this I can barely move my arms to push a wheelchair. And we're with these other people, and we go out into the dining room for lunch. And there was this boy there. He was 21 years old, and his name was Jimmy. And he had a diaper on, and somebody had to feed him. And he could barely hold a conversation. And he had a weird laugh. You know, we used to make fun of him as kids, but it really, you know, because we would try and include these people. But this guy had had a traumatic brain injury, and he you know, people people ask me all the time, how can you stay so positive? You're always, and that did it for me. You know, I haven't always been perfect. I have played the victim and, you know, had a lot of shitty stuff happen in my life too, but I'm so glad my life has come around full circle. I've survived 3 near-death experiences. I had a medical miracle happen on my last one. And I live with the attitude of gratitude, knowing that there are no coincidences. And if God's going to put me in a place or something grabs my attention, or it's a headline or a person or whatever it is, there is a reason that we are meeting. There is a reason I am here. And it's that I need to meet somebody, or they need to meet me, or I'm going to hear something that's going to spark something in everybody. Thought like that and knew that everything is always working out for your highest and greatest. We start figuring out the pieces and seeing major changes happen, especially when we put our noodles together. And sometimes we focus on all the bad shit and talk about all the bad shit. That can reinforce their timelines. When we start flipping the script and seeing something bad and saying, okay, let's all imagine this happening or this going on. Because whenever 2 or more are gathered, y'all, really, we are that powerful. It takes a lot less light to defeat the darkness. And so I just want to challenge everybody out there, because this is fucking possible. This is the quantum. This is all the laws of karma, the law of attraction, the law of one. And believe me, these satanic, cannibalistic, pedophile, motherfuckers, that is important. And I just want to tell you how this happened in my life and why I'm here right now in this moment. Okay, so I was doubting God, and God has done a lot of, well, I'm not even going to use that word. The Creator, I choose my words differently now. The Creator has really blessed me in a lot of ways and put me in amazing situations in my life. I didn't always take the right path or make the right decision because of epigenetics, because of fear, because of all kinds of stuff. Finding out 7 years ago I wasn't who I thought I was because of the DNA test. And so I just know I was doubting. I was in so much pain. I was ready to. I couldn't take it. It was so much pain, and so that's what happened. It's crazy, and to hear how my 3rd near-death experience happened, I had been in so much pain. Country right now, especially after the jabs, you know? I have so much on my brain right now. I'm sorry. But I was so desperate. I'm a redhead. I have a really high tolerance for pain medicine. I have been on really high doses of morphine and oxy and all this stuff. And when I broke my femur in 2018, they had to give me liquid morphine and liquid methadone like they give people on hospice. And it didn't even make my head spin. It didn't even make me tired. And that was the scariest thing to me in the whole world, you know? So I got off that shit as quick as I could. You know, because if liquid morphine they give people when they're dying doesn't even make me tired, I got problems. You know, I got to figure stuff out. Pressure down and my pain at bay, and it's horrible. It's horrible. I hate this shit. So my best friend, and she called me every morning. She was like my accountability partner. We met in rehab, and she was 8 years older than me, and her name was Patricia Reed, and she was a 6 foot tall black girl, and she became my big sister and my biggest cheerleader, and the only person in the world that knew exactly what I was going through every day. And she would call me in the morning, and she would go, "Red, are you up out of that bed yet? Because, girlfriend, you know that every day you lay in bed, you lose 4 days of being active. Get your ass up out that bed." And she would stay on the phone with me because I lived by myself. And anyway, she turned me on to, after I got off that, you know, I got off the liquid stuff, and then I got home and they were giving me methadone pills and 8 milligrams of Dilaudid I would take at a time, you know, crazy amounts of drugs. I told her I couldn't, I said, I can't do this. I cannot handle these narcotics. I got to get rid of it. So I started taking kratom. She found kratom. This girl could research anything. And I started taking that, the tea, the powder, you know, and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, shit, this is just as bad as narcotics. You know, it constipates you terribly. If you don't have it, you get the shakes. You know, I was like, this is no good, no bueno. So she hooked us up with this lady. This is a crazy story. She hooked us up with this lady in Michigan. To the creator, man. Because I would take it as little as I could. And I could have really used some today. I actually wanted to take a pain pill today because I was in a lot of pain and it was hard. But that is even hard for me to say that. You know, I would rather just lay in bed and do breath work or take a gummy, you know. So this lady introduced us to this stuff called Rick Simpson oil. Are y'all familiar with Rick Simpson oil? Am I telling too long a story, Hocus?
No. I'm interested. I'm waiting because I got some questions. I'm just waiting for you, but I don't want you to stop.
Okay. So
I'm listening.
in 1984, this dude named Rick Simpson invented this concentrated cannabis. And I know cancer. It was getting rid of pain and anxiety. Amazing stuff because, you know, we all have this big cannabidiol system in our body. And so, and the terpenes are good for us. There's so many good things about the plant and the plant resin. So, that's how Patricia Reed found out about this stuff. And it was really good for pain. So, then I was desperate. I was suicidal. Like I told my friend Patricia Reed, like we had a suicide pact because we were both in so much pain and couldn't. It was hard to handle the kind of pain, you know, that you go through with some stuff, especially when you get a pressure wound and different things. It is like, and most she found this Rick Simpson oil, and I started taking it, and it was the only thing that helped my pain. And I was taking it regularly, but once you stop taking it, the first time you take it, you have a little bit of like a psychedelic effect almost, you know. But after that, you don't. You just need a little rice, like barely a grain of rice, and you put it with a fat, it's like cannabis, you know, and you eat it, and it can make you really tired. There's all kinds of side effects. Good, a lot less bad ones, but plenty of really good ones. And I had been taking that, so I decided. And then 3 months after that, it was right after my 50th birthday. My left arm went like limp. I could not lift my left arm, and I lived by my. It was the scariest thing. So I had to have emergency surgery on my neck. I had been through a lot through this year, and so I'm at home. I got up, moved my leg too far, and I broke my hip, and I didn't want to go to the hospital. Anyways, so So, I'm in the hospital. I wake up. I have all this stuff going on, and they gave me 8 milligrams of Dilaudid. for my pain. And I was in excruciating pain. I had a rod put in my leg. I don't understand why they did this. I had a rod put in my leg when they did this in Fredericksburg. And when I was in Fredericksburg, my blood pressure was, on average, kind of, around your breastbone area and stuff. And your blood pressure goes way up. If something is wrong in your body, it could be just, it's like your warning system, something's going wrong in your body. Your blood pressure goes up, you start sweating profusely, and you feel like you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke. It is terrifying. And if you don't stop whatever symptom is making this happen, you can have a stroke and die. There was a guy last year, the end of last year, I met him after he first got paralyzed on Facebook and was encouraging him. And he wanted to go into quad rugby. I have a friend that I was in rehab with. He's one of the only guys still alive from my graduating class or whatever. He was in the Paralympics and did stuff, and he did quad rugby. He did track and field. Anyways, he recently had something happen to him, and he went into a hospital in California, and his family was advocating for him because he had all these symptoms with the high blood pressure, and this dude couldn't feel like I feel. He had a complete spinal cord injury, and so he couldn't tell people what was wrong with him. You have to figure it out on your own. If you can't feel and tell somebody, you can say it could be this, it could be this. That's the medical professional's job. And they did not. Families advocating, trying to, get the hospital to do the right thing. And this dude had an aneurysm, and they had to put him on life support. And he didn't make it off life support. They had to pull the plug on this dude. It's like really scary to have this condition if you don't know how to advocate for yourself, or you don't have a you are a patient's number one. This is the crazy stuff that goes on in my life. And so when I woke up from the surgery on my broken hip, and they took the rod out they had put in the previous year and stuck another rod in there. Like, I had so much crazy stuff going to my leg. I woke up from that surgery. I thought I had a stroke, another spinal cord injury. My hands were really tight. I couldn't open them hardly. I was terrified. And they brought me pain medicine in. And I had a friend that was a state police officer with me coming to visit me. And if I'm really in tune with my body, so I called the lady and I said, the nurse, and I said, I feel really faint. Can you please get my Midodrine from the Pyxis? And Midodrine is a medication that will bring my blood pressure up. Because I have low blood pressure, and then when you take narcotics on top of that, like I had a blood pressure the other day of 71/43. So your blood pressure can go really low. Anyways, these fools were so worried about if my blood pressure was accurate. I'm going down the rabbit hole, so to speak, like feel like I'm going out of consciousness, like I'm blacking out. I know I'm going to pass out. and I'm screaming at them, and my friends are telling me your blood pressure was 70/60, and then it was 60/40, and then it was 50/20, and you were still screaming at them to go get your floor or the neurology floor. I don't know what it was, but I was confused and I was angry and I was afraid they were going to kill me. You know, like how stupid can you be? Anyways, so I decided to take my Rick Simpson oil. Like when I had woken up and that kind of stuff, I'm like, they are not giving me narcotics on me. I didn't know this until like 2 years ago, but if you mix Rick Simpson oil with narcotics, it like potentiates that shit by like 60 times. So thinking about taking 8 milligrams of Dilaudid times 60, right? So the nurse had actually, I think I said this story, it's a long story, I'm sorry, put the Rick Simpson oil on a cracker for me and let me take it. Narcan me 3 times to bring me back. And everybody was freaking out. You know, when I woke up, wanted to know what I had taken and all this stuff. And I was very confused because when I woke up, I was not myself. I had had a crazy near-death experience, and I could open my hands and wiggle my fingers and move better. Anyways, so I'm really grateful. Everybody thought I was nuts, you know. And that's how I'm here in this place. And right after I had this near-death experience, that has to do with, you know, that child rape and shit, I am not down for it. Because my mom, so my friend Chris sends me a message that says, we live on a prison planet run by devils. And I said, what are you talking about? He sent me a 3-hour-long video by a dude named Mark Passio. Have y'all heard of him?
No.
All right. He is an ex-satanic high priest. And he has a lot of information on YouTube. You guys should check him out. But he talks about what the elites learn, what they tell me. He talks about all the tea. And it's really enlightening. Anyways, I learned a galactic paranormal experience. And that's how I got awakened. And I'm here on Clubhouse because I was led here during COVID. And that's my crazy story of how I got on Clubhouse. Hey, Susie.
Okay.
Sorry it took a long story.
No, I'm glad. And take all the time you need. Nobody was talking about that. I wanted to ask you a question. It's kind of personal. If you don't want to answer it, it's okay.
You can ask me anything, Hocus. Anything.
All right. So when you had your near-death experience, did you travel? Do you remember where you traveled to? If you
walk-in experience. Came into my body and helped me. It helped heal previous damage. It let me open my hands, like it helped heal me. And it pretty much told me if I would have stayed asleep, it would have been able to heal my body more. But they were giving me a medication to like keep me knocked out, I guess.
What is it like when you say it will? What do you feel like it was? An angel? Or
Yeah, it was hard to tell. I heard stuff that unique experience, and so it was really crazy. I hope I can finish that story. And do you know that some of that stuff got accidentally thrown away? All these listeners, but I'm so angry with myself because it was so hard for me to have found out some of this stuff and understand everything, if that makes sense. Because I'm nobody special. What I'm left with now, right? I feel energy differently. I feel in my body differently, even like my bones and my muscles, all of it. I feel does that make sense to anybody?
It makes a lot of sense because after my MDE, it was very similar. I was younger though, so but yeah, it's like you can just like melt into the background almost.
Now that I've had this happen, I've been told that I'm an open channel. You know, I speak light language now, and since I was a very little girl, please tell me if anybody else sees this when they look. I am my vision. It looks like everything. Since I was a little girl, I always thought, oh, I wonder if I can see the air move. Since I was a little girl, I have always looked into the air, just the air, and said, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can see the air moving or whatever. It's almost like stuff is pixelated. Like, it's weird how my vision is sometimes. I know that sounds weird too.
Look into the blue.
Pardon me?
When you look into the sky and like the blue of the sky, you see like
Anything. Like, well, I guess it's.
little sparkles.
No, it's not sparkles. it's almost like dots that are moving, like little tiny,
Like
itty bitty
dots.
tiny things that move, kind of like dots. But I feel like I don't really see it when I walls. You know, not so much when I look at my hand and my arm, but just when I look at certain things. Maybe it's just flat color. But no, I see it outside when I'm outside. In a good way, I guess. It's hard to explain. I have heard other people say that that's something that's happened to them too before. It can be this crazy, weird RH negative blood, Spencer. I don't know. Hocus, did you have questions for me? Because I've been talking a lot, and I know it was really quiet. So thank you for everybody that listened to my story. I feel sorry it took me a while to get everything out. I have had it's crazy life. For my greatest and highest good, because I say it is, because I am a goddess, because I am that I am, and I am to change my reality, to bend everything, you know. And I got a lot of questions myself because, you know, and y'all, I have a photographic memory, so I store everything in my head. And so stuff and ideas just comes at me when I'm talking and when I'm thinking about my body, my paralyzed body, and my chakras and my cerebral spinal fluid and all the things you need for enlightenment. Also, if you're going to connect all your chakras and get everything lined up, you know, what we're able to do with our physical bodies. You know, I think about all this stuff, man. And we're here at this time and ascension, and more people are really going back and studying shit I am fucking missing out on right now. You know, I look and I was on Soul Train when I'm out on the dance floor at 16. If y'all can imagine that. Well, my story has just left y'all speechless. I talk. Thank you for letting me tell my story. I at least wanted to let people know where I've been and why I'm here.
Interested in because I'm interested in NDEs. I watch, videos for hours of people talking about this, and I was interested in that. That's what I wanted to really ask you about. I had a couple more questions, but I don't really want to get too personal. I don't. Yeah.
Y'all can ask me anything. Really, I am a lady with a disability, just because handyman always says never underestimate the powers of the handicapped. There was this saying, I was 16 years old, and all these people were older than me, and most of them were men. And there were some young kids too, like around my age, just a little bit older. But me and my friend Ginger and Patricia Reed got paralyzed because I was like one of the only girls in the sex education class they were given. And the guy who was teaching the class, this big, fat, ugly quadriplegic. Stuff, but just about being a lady, having a spinal cord injury, I I educate people on everything about, you can ask me anything about anything. I had a baby, I got a daughter, I had her naturally, I'm a big advocate and standing up for yourself. And I got paralyzed in 1984. And let me tell you, I was facing a lot of discrimination from people. Even my high school chemistry teacher wouldn't let me take chemistry anymore because he told me I could no longer think cognitively because I had a spinal cord injury.
Seriously?
And everybody knew everybody. It was small. There weren't that many of us. Childhood, seriously. So, yeah. But I guess I was meant for this mission. They say we choose this mission, right? So I chose this. Whatever this challenge was, I really hope the creator thinks that I have really done a good job with all the roadblocks I've been given. I haven't always handled myself with ease and grace, but I'm here to be in service to source, to be in service here for the great awakening because of my near-death experience. And Hocus, let me tell you, stuff would pop up on my TV and I just knew it was for me, like my smart TV, because I met with people or situations, good things, all from my NDE. People thought I was crazy, that I had all this superhuman strength and stuff. And, I had, could use my hands more and my legs more. And I was in trouble. Shit, I forgot to tell y'all the biggest part. I was in trouble because they found the Rick Simpson oil and had a vape pen in there too. Because I was going to come prepared to this motherfucking hospital room where I had to take all that shit last time. I was going to be prepared, my ass, in the hospital, or if I could get to a rehab center and go out. they wouldn't give me like proper pain medication for what I was going through, and I was freaking out. I was in so much pain, and plus this had just happened to me, and I was confused. So I was terrified of everybody. I thought they were after me almost. And what it was this underout, I'd woken up, I've had this near-death experience, this almost like paranormal experience, and I got the cops on my fucking ass. Do you know what I'm saying? I knew that there were undercover police people there, and as soon as that girl Julie I somehow knew and it was a lot stronger back then. I got more answers back then. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I kept my mouth shut the whole time, and I knew that the lady that was beside me in the nursing home, she was somehow part of this, and they would talk. I could hear them talking about me at the front desk and talking shit about me, and other people would show up at the that rehab center. I just got out of one of those nursing care homes, and the other patients would say stuff about you we shouldn't know about you. It was nuts, and there were people that were there. I hadn't been there in a couple of years, but there were people that were there. Like it was all planned. It was crazy, y'all. This is why I still haven't figured out all these parts of the puzzle. Yeah, it was nuts. And there were cop cars parked out front, and I knew they were leaving on Wednesday. And this guy, they were observing me. Like they were really, psychiatrists were observing me. All kinds of crazy stuff was happening. I was afraid they were going to throw me in the loon again. And I was like being watched like a hawk because I had had this near-death experience. I had some kind of really and Trump was supposed to be in office. It was just weird. And I didn't tell all of this stuff, to the people around me, but I was like, they found this was why they were there. Because they found the cannabis. Cannabis was illegal in Virginia, and how did I get whatever I was talking about, So they didn't press charges against me. I think they wanted to press charges against this other lady because they had her, like they brought her up behind me. Anyway, she ended up at this Encompass Rehab Center, and something told me intuitively, was telepathically telling me, whether it was my higher self, whatever. Right? But they didn't know I knew her voice or that So this inner voice told me not to turn around when she was talking. Because I had never met her. I didn't know what she looked like. So I didn't turn around. And the cops left. And that was the end of it. It was nuts. And that is my crazy awakening story.
It's a beautiful story. It's a real story. It's a learning experience. I love it.
That's sweet of y'all.
Thank you. They know me. They call me the crazy guy, so I can relate with you because
Oh, that
I think I'm joking.
what's up, War?
Yeah.
What up, my guy?
Like what I've come to discover is that the world, when you hear the saying the mirror is a liar, it's like your internal reality when it comes to a point of awareness, kind of like your inner world reflects outside the external world. That you can see the dots, you can connect the dots, you can see the patterns, and then like a symmetry that gets built based on your programming and based on your beliefs and the meaning behind those beliefs. Certain things happen to you. In Norway, it's the opposite. You do bad, you get rewarded with good. So I've been fucking good.
That was another thing I heard during my near-death experience, that telekinesis and psychic kinesis, is going to be coming back. There's even a lot of people doing the energy work, pushing stuff with the energy from their hands, from their chi, and that kind of stuff. I see people doing that. So I'm sorry, I'm just meeting you, Crawley, because I would really like to learn a little bit or a lot of bit more about that. I've got my intuition and I'm like an open channel that I know I need to tap into that stuff more. I think that's like the missing piece for me.
It's easy. It's so easy. You don't have to how you're breathing. Breathing, when you start focusing on your breath or observing your breath, you start observing. You know, 5 billion breaths becomes a muscle. You can just tap into the back of your brain. Not even that. I wish I never bought this much because everywhere I go, people are not aware that speaking my thoughts. But I'm just been told now because I'm doing the psych ward tomorrow. I've been here for 3 weeks. It's the first time I've been in a year. Last time I was in a psych ward, I went in Oslo. I told the police I got a grenade and then they handcuffed me for 6 hours. Yeah, don't do that. They handcuffed me and let me go. So usually I don't get punished for here for like 1 or 2 weeks. They let me go. And they're telling me now I don't need medications. I want to try psychoanalysis with psychotherapy. So I get to smoke weed, make music, get off the meds. I need psychotherapy because psychotherapy can communicate what the diagnosis is, your diagnosis quite well, and you don't need the meds, fortunately.
Well, were you getting ready to? Does it even have to do anything with mental health? You were getting ready to. You told somebody you were going to throw a grenade. So were you trying to make a point? Were you, had a grenade you're going to throw to disrupt stuff. Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, basically, 2 weeks prior to this, I was sleeping with my window open. I was getting paranoid someone's gonna drop a grenade in my room. 2 weeks later, grenades are like shopping. I'm in shopping malls, they're throwing grenades in shopping malls and shit. And in Norway, the Norway is a different system because the police know who the criminals are, but if a child does the crime, and they tell them to go throw grenades at the street, they'll pay like $500 and do that shit because they see there's no punishment. And in Sweden, it's the same too. You see cars exploding. It's hilarious how the system works, bro. Because it's like there's a system behind the system, and if you know how to hijack the system, then you get a safe way to the main system. That makes sense.
Over there, am I correct? Isn't that in Sweden? No, that's in Switzerland. CERN is in Switzerland. But I wonder what kind of energy you guys got going on over there.
Two rivers in this world that flow upwards, the Mississippi and the Nile River. And to me, that kind of tells me that we come from a different civilization. Everybody comes from a different planet. We all have our ancestors that came here on Earth, populated Earth, left. So I don't believe in the Anunnaki heritage story where they say we have different. Basically, it's the Anunnaki part. I don't believe in it completely, but I believe in a different version of the Anunnaki story where planets, we're not from this planet, we're not indigenous to this planet, and the only indigenous people of this planet are the ones in Australia. Those ones that are still here. That's what I believe in.
I hear a lot of what you're saying. I don't, and I know that the indigenous people of Australia know an awful lot, and they know an awful lot about the time that's going on now, just like the Native Americans over here. It seems like the indigenous people, that had different beliefs or, still practice their old ways, before any of the other religions came in to come in. It was the nature stuff and what their ancestors were telling them, just like tapping into our ancestors, like you're saying, to that frequency, that dimension, whatever it is, where we're multidimensional, so you just have to get to that altered state, tap in to figure out how to alter it. They say quadriplegics have trouble with breathing and that kind of stuff, and I can tend to get lightheaded. So I guess I need to work on my stomach muscles and my breathing so I can get there, because I don't know if holding my breath, it's almost like I'm tempted to just hold my breath, but it's not about just holding your breath, is it? Is it about breathing, like hyper oxygenating your brain, like by the breath of fire, that dragon breath with the fire stuff growing?
Basically, there's no manual about how breathing should be done. No manual, but the simplest way is to breathe for 4, hold for 6 seconds, and release for 4. And you decide how long those seconds are based on your time. Everybody counts. 1, 2, 3. And some people might count seconds like this. 1, 4. But for me, because I'm a slow nigga, it takes me thousands of years to understand somebody's pleasing me or is saying something positive to me or something. I'm a soul nigga basically, but I'm learning how to communicate and understand how this reality works. Or I'm simple, rather say I'm simple, I'm slow. I'm a simple guy. So the breathing techniques, this is a simple technique you can use to hack any human mind, by the way. You don't even have to use breathing. Just go on the internet, any videos, tell them, in your mind, you have to imagine this, you have to have two thoughts. You can maintain two thoughts at once. It's very good. Because most people might that I'm seeing, but it's actually the same thing. Those are two thoughts. What you're saying and what you're thinking are two things. Those are two mechanisms of the thought system. Like completely blind to reality. They don't see what they're thinking and they don't see what they're saying. They just reply by automatically. And the beautiful thing about when you understand what you're saying, what you're thinking, you can kind of drift in space. So you can just observe the person you're watching and on the computer screen, just observe them. That's the first step I would say to telepathy. Just observe them. If they say, if you see a sign that makes you feel a certain way, like they're great, and this can lead to psychosis. So I don't really recommend it. So if they give you a sign, give you signs. That's where you have to get to the point where you understand there's something called delusional confirmation. Basically, your mind, you're training your mind to believe in every single delusion and removing the only things that are not confirming your delusion. Once you get rid of that phase where you see, okay, delusion can lead to a reaction. So once you stop being delusional, you can become rational again. And you can ask them, give me a sign that I don't want. And from that point, you're never gonna go back once you take a red pill or once you cross that veil where synchronicity becomes a daily thing. It doesn't become that special. About some people are suffering because of suffering sometimes. Some people are talks about they are doing great. And the people that I love the most that push me away. The people I hate the most that seek my attention. So it's kind of weird how the laws of this world have been written. Like the hermetical laws kind of fuck everybody out. So hermetical laws.
Oh, I hear that spot on.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I don't know if you've got Mother's Day tomorrow in America, but we've got Mother's Day here in the UK tomorrow. So happy Mother's Day in advance to all the mums. I want to go back to something you said. It's so fascinating. Apparently, the human mind, and this is something that we might not be consciously aware of, you can, I think it varies from person, but you can have simultaneously 25 different layers of thought. So you've got, and I've done the practice and I've counted. I've only, me personally, I think I've got up to about 9 or 10, to be able to retain simultaneous, multiple different alternative, like layers of thought. But I think it's that kind of business of, if you're trying to be the observer of yourself, because ultimately you can't do anything or very much about things outside of you, but you certainly can do a lot about yourself, right, and your self-development. If you can manage all of those different layers, usually what we're looking at is the most predominant and the loudest sounds coming out of ourselves, or the voice or the thought, right? But if you can sit still and see how many different latitudes are going on inside of you, it's pretty interesting. And once you can conduct
Yeah, and I've discovered something like how the brain is actually, like, we humans are biological computers, literally, and our fuel is feelings, emotion, thought, fuel is feelings and emotions. Thoughts are the source of that fuel. If you can't control your thoughts, you don't have a feeling, you don't have an emotion. And basically, me and Nick most of the time, and then I realize that maybe that's not a good thing, because if you tell a human you're God, you're God, then they will accept that you're God too. And if you go to another human and say I'm God, they will refuse that you're God. So you can kind of see how basically I've come to realize we have this bullshit. It's pure bullshit. Like, how can I be rewarded for doing bad in this world? How? How does that even work? Then you see this Trump was through the war. Nobody cares about the war. Nobody cares about our war. Nobody literally. So what I'm trying to say is that be careful what you let into your mind. Something's right or something's wrong. If you don't have feelings in your heart, let's try being a fool of love. Fool for love. Being a fool for love is the best thing ever. Because everybody will touch your heart and everybody will break your heart. So be careful with that one.
You know, it's crazy. I completely agree with that. That's why when there's certain topics, I really fuck around to find out, because I would rather not fuck around with that energy. And energy creates a lot of thought and a lot of process in individuals and their beings and their souls and their spirits. I just don't fuck around to find out with that stuff. So I just play stupid. I don't see it, because I would rather that not alter my reality, because my reality is nothing but a mere thought, which would be a concept of what your mind and what your
our attention in the opposite direction of the things that we don't want. We don't, but it is. And so they feed us the poison because we have said for years that people are not what they seem, and then they give us the poison and we consume it. And we consume it in large doses. And even though we know all of this information, right, and we are interesting dilemma that the human being kind of like lives in, right? You know all the stuff that's good for you. You know what to do. You know how you can live in a really peaceful and abundant, infinitely abundant manner. We all do, but we still are drawn into this chaos consistently, right? And I'm speaking about myself when I say this stuff. I'm not speaking to anybody else. Everyone's on their how many times am I going to get drawn into like consuming poison because it's so personal to me and because it's really close to home and because whatever. But I don't know. I'm consistently trying to go into the opposite direction of the stuff that doesn't serve me. It's not good for me. And so therefore, if I'm saying, for example, you I'm talking about, then I'm actually giving that war energy to continue and to harm more people and hurt more people. But anyway.
Agreed. I think everybody would agree with that.
Yeah, and the way I feel about it, then kind of makes me wonder: these people at the top, are they even real people, or are they just avatars? Just like avatars of God or something? God is at the top, so God must have placed them there somehow. So I just wonder: are they real people?
Well, you know what's crazy is have you ever seen The Matrix, Carlin?
Like 1,000 times. All I know.
Yeah. So what's old boy that keeps coming for Neo? Or something, right? I don't think a lot. I'm gonna be personally honest, and call me crazy. I don't think there's a lot of people here that are actually real. I think a lot of the time we have people that are just villains, and it just creates the realm that we're in. Crazy. You know? Wait, I'm crazy?
You said.
And she says people are not real. I'm with her because I've been knocked out so many times lately, guys. Like, holy shit. I've been just looking at people telling them inside my head, knock me the fuck out. And then they knock me the fuck out. Like, they hit me, I don't get knocked out, but because I know it's coming. But they hit the shit out of my head. I start having conflicting thoughts. They like circle around me and then we start fighting for no reason. It's crazy. So now I'm starting to understand like most people actually are robots somehow, some type of way. They operate like robots, like I told you, humans are biological computers. And some people have lost. What you said?
You said past life.
No, I said darkness, like, I know I said past life. But darkness, Marshall, like darkness, the source of darkness I would say would be darkness itself. For something that is light, the darkness is gonna shock the light as it on of that of that light. Like if you put like a torch and shine it on your on something, then that light. I don't know how to make it sense of this, but
Choosing the wrong words. So with he's saying that the dark overshines light. However, you wouldn't know dark without the light. Correct? You wouldn't know dark without light. However, sometimes it does need to shine, and dark does, respectfully in this realm, over succeeds, and we can say that with a lot of the shit that goes on in this world, unfortunately. But
you see people doing bad things. Yeah, like you see people doing bad things and get rewarded. Like I've been doing bad things for the first time in my life. That's what I'm saying, darkness overshines light, because I've been hearing some or I'm not gonna be a progressive nigga.
you know what I'm gonna say to that, because I think Cap said something about the light and the dark. I'm not gonna hold you, Cap. I think you see my name, right? Cap.
Yes, darling.
What's my name?
Armageddon.
Okay. I'm the beginning and the end at the same time, right? So with darkness comes to light, right? It's clearly in the Bible. And I think that people think that darkness is really bad. But sometimes you really have to resonate in your darkness in order to see the light.
Darkness is required for growth. It is the
Is by why we equate dark to negativity, because I don't believe in that. I really don't believe
white supremacy.
in my perception. I don't see it that way. I don't see it as, oh, it's negative, it's bad, it's this. No, it just is. It's part of creation, right? It's part of the womb is a dark place. The womb is where the child is in safety, the soul and the spirit develop in absolute harmony with the mother, right? It's that this perception of that is the bad. And I guess all we're talking about, and we're using maybe the wrong language around it, is those feelings that we don't like, that we're to navigate, but we're also trying to understand them to be able to evolve from them. I wouldn't equate them, personally, me,
It is because we have grouped darkness and with negativity and negativity equating to bad.
I mean, shit, it's the same thing with black cats, Spencer. It's the same thing with black cats.
See, that's why I try to keep a black cat. I always have a black cat because, it's my little way of undoing that. And, oh my God.
Oh, shit.
It's my way of, unlearning that.
Different ions, even negative ions, like we know about frequencies and energy, and actually it's the negative ion.
I think it's backwards, but also inside out because, like,
My phone's
yes, all those things take you away, but at the same time, you need those things, or you find those things when you come closer to yourself.
Come in full circle again.
But yeah, it's
When
like
you
a
come
full
full
circle.
circle again, yes. You can't appreciate the sunshine without a little rain.
A knowing, or not a knowing, but like an awareness of how it all fits together.
Yeah, when you can start asking the question, why is this happening for me? Instead of why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me? I think that really just
Yeah. Speak on it, Ish.
Yo, Spence, my nigga. What's up, bro? Yo, Susie, you mad? You can't say the word. Nigga! I just want to get off.
Alright,
I'ma chill.
Yeah, chill the fuck
What
out,
up, man?
Yeah, chill the
Hands, bro.
Have some respect.
Hold on, respectfully, I gotta. I'm trying to salute a real nigga.
I was gonna be
Hold
mad.
on, can I salute a real nigga? All the other niggas move to the side. Yo, Hocus, salute him and shoot him.
10 years old. He's 10 years old, guys. Come on.
My son Hocus is a trendsetter. What challenges y'all niggas started?
He's just a little hyper, but yeah, bro, it is a good combo for him. It's a good combo.
Alright, bet. I'm gonna rest my neck.
So what's your guys' opinion on language? Because I think the next thing will be like in the next 50 years, language is gonna become a huge topic because I think people's brain resonate or they somehow connect different language. Like a year ago, people were telling me have a language barrier. So I figured out it's a pattern of words, pattern use. When you're explaining
relaying what we feel inside to another person who is outside of us, you know? Anything less than telepathy really doesn't do justice to what goes on inside of your head. But, yeah, some languages are better than others. Like languages with multiple words for love.
I'm going to project what I'm trying to say is there's a thing that comes beyond the words, and what if that was the thing that we focused on, the feelings and the actions as opposed to the words themselves?
I think we should. And, I mean, because we don't just speak with words. Body language and all that are very important. And, how you posture yourself.
That you said that, because I definitely find pets. I don't think I could. I don't think I'd be comfortable living without a pet anymore. I really, really, really enjoy that relationship with having a pet because they are so emotionally consistent, man. Like they are 100% consistent. And not. You can walk through the door and feel however.
You know? Some of them are babies. They definitely help ground me.
They do that too, though, because they walk. See, because their feet are constantly on the earth. They're grounding all the time, and the science they've actually measured this, so they transfer. If you don't get the chance to go barefoot on the earth in the winter and blah blah blah, not woo woo. The cat's purr is healing. It regenerates. It speeds up the organ regeneration in the human body, because you think you've got one heart or one kidney, but you don't. It keeps regrowing inside your body. With dogs, if they sense that you're getting sick, they will absorb the sickness from your body onto themselves. They'll pull it from you and put it into their own body. It's just fascinating stuff.
And I have one cat, my black cat, actually. When he purrs, it sounds like a little motorboat. It's so like. He's really doing something about it. You know, like. He has a gift.
Let me ask you, does your cat speak to just spaces? Because my cats used to speak to this wall downstairs, and all of them would spend hours having wall and like engaged, like fully.
Yes.
Like
And so, because, okay, so like I had a fire and lost the two cats that we had previous, but and they never did this either. But the cats that we have now, there's a spot by their cat tower. It's up in the corner of the wall. It's like so random. They just look up and like something is there.
we can only see to a certain like free. We can't see.
Moxie is always a different cat when I've come home from the hospital lately. And right now she is snuggled up, right up next to me, close up next to me. She don't always do that. But this time since I've been home from the hospital, it's like she's gonna make sure I'm staying here. She's gonna start jumping up in my lap more, Susie, since you say that that grounding. I could use that grounding because I don't get outside and put my feet on the ground. you know, get her. That's one thing she doesn't do. There's a cat that doesn't jump up in my lap. So I gotta find a way to get that from her and get her up in my lap. So I'm gonna figure that shit out.
All three of them are very affectionate in their own way, but very affectionate nonetheless. The black cat again, he's such a weird one. I love him, but he's so hot. He like
Dude, that should be an investment for you. The cat baby carrier.
You know, I was in New York once. I was over there on some business, and I was outside the hotel having a cigarette, and I met this woman, and she had a Siamese cat. She had a Siamese cat, right? And this cat was so comfortable, just like a dog. Like the cat was so comfortable, just like a dog. And she said that she travels everywhere with her cat. They don't really, well, or so we're told. Who knows what they really like, because we don't know. We're told they don't like to move around. They like to mark their space and stay in their space. But this Siamese cat was completely comfortable and on a leash and super just like super. And then once I was in Avery and I saw this chap walking his dog, and so you walk your cat and your dog? And he was like, yeah, they always come out together. And it was just, oh yeah. So I think, I don't think it is what they've told us, to be fair.
it definitely isn't. And the leash is an ongoing argument. They want to get leashes for the cats. David's like, no.
I don't even need a leash with Moxie. When I go outside and push around my neighborhood, she follows me around like a dog. Subdivision from where my apartment is, and it's a little bit getting up there, but I love to just get like a head start and get going down that hill, and Moxie will chase after me. It is so fun. I just, I kind of guide my chair. It's like being on a roller coaster. It's like, it's fun for me. Into the yard, but she follows me around like a daggone dog. She's got dog energy, almost like a cat dog. I call her my Lyran guard kitty. Those of us that are the cat people, Spencer, I'm telling you, you gotta have some Lyran going on with you, dude.
Yo, real quick, in and out.
Not like tongue on tongue, like some people do.
I
was
wasn't asking.
Kiss him on the forehead.
I wasn't asking you though, bro. I was asking I'm gonna call you a sister, the good sister Cat.
Oh, you should have said that.
No, I do not. I do not kiss my animal on the mouth because I'm very aware of parasites. So, now that I'm so aware of parasites and how they're in our body and different things, that's what they say. It was a dog or a cat.
I'm not gonna lie, Spencer gave you too much time to think because now you're trying to just present your best self. I don't want your best self. So you don't kiss your animals in the mouth, you sure?
Yes.
What's up with you tonight?
Who's saying that?
Nah, dog. Keep it real. Like, you gave her mad time to think, and now maybe she trying to cater to her audience. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta get to the bottom.
What the fuck? The lady said she don't kiss animals in the mouth. Why are you trying to make it seem like she do? She says she don't.
Yeah, I bring my authentic self when I come forward, dude. Nothing but my authentic self. So what you see is what you get. I think I've known enough people on here, and I was key, and I just people got questions for me. I would rather you ask me to my face than wonder, you know.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you 1,000%. I love that about you. But I'm gonna come clean. Gorgeous. That's your name, right? I'm not trying to compliment you enough. I'm just calling you by your name. What's the word? How you doing, Mom?
I'm fantastic. I think you've missed. I had told my long story tonight here on the rabbit hole floor of it's kind of my journey the past 42 years. But
I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna come clean. So while you might perhaps live up to that description, gorgeous though, but I'm not really talking to her. Can I be honest though? Is that a crime in here? Can I be honest? Gorgeous. If you don't feel you live up to that description, then you don't gotta speak. It's all good. Stay on mute.
Oh, well, see, and I'm not on mute, so you are not talking to me then. You are referring to someone else.
Oh, you want to creep in the bushes? Fuck out of here. You talking about? Alright.
I said, thank you. If you were calling me that, Mac and Doll, I do appreciate that.
Nah, Kat. In fact, I think I was calling you gorgeous, cause somebody, you know,
it's something about the redheads.
Yeah, they was inappropriately calling themselves. You know, why somebody would name themselves some shit like that. But yeah, shout out to the redheads and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's African.
You know what I identify as? I identify as redheaded on the outside and sister girl on the inside is how I identify.
Oh, sister girl. Okay, no doubt. I like that. Sister girl.
I have felt so like when I was 6 years old, the first radio station I ever found was WHUR in Washington, D.C., the Quiet Storm at night. And I know every word to just about every R&B soul song from like the late early 90s. I always play music trivia. Like that's just, I don't know why I feel so grounded in R&B music, but I'm just telling you, I got an old soul.
Old soul. But you want to know what though? My hips is young. What you think about young hips?
I think young hips can sink ships. That's what I think.
No doubt. No doubt. I'm saying though, you know, if you're ever interested in a young hip, you know, I could acquaint you with that. Cause, you know what I mean? Like, a I got that to offer, like a young hip, a old soul.
Thank
I can
you.
relate.
Thank you for offering, but I am not looking at this time. Thank you kindly.
Oh, you say you're not looking? You don't gotta look though for the hip to find you. Like my hip.
She said move around.
Yo, first of all,
So I am
you said
just.
train.
She did not stutter.
Listen, you can't dance to no reggae Kathy. Like I'm saying, I know you probably think you got it going on, but these hips, you know what I mean, they work. I'm not gonna say too much, but go look up what we do over here on this side. You got all these cock blocking ass niggas trying to provide commentary and shit, talking about, oh, she said what she said. Who over here saying that, bro? Spencer, I know that's not you.
Yes, the fuck it is.
I
It's not really you though.
What you laughing at, bro?
I'm glad to.
It get me mad. This shit that be getting me mad. But yo, Lux.
Lux is my girlfriend.
Oh well, what you mean she your girlfriend? Break it down. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah,
I'm trying to show y'all. Nah, you mean like I'm just trying to understand. You throwing up the peace sign and shit. Lux, I wasn't even interested in you like that. First of all, let's just get that straight. Like you throwing up the peace sign and shit. Like
Definitely, she doesn't want you either. So just making that clear.
Hold on, what you mean either? All right? So who was the first person that didn't want me for her to be either? Like, let's break it down. Imagination. I got a big black pulsing vein. Nah, let me stop. What you call it? I'm regular. What you mean? Who even am I? Like, I'm regular. I'm Mackendall. Who are you? First of all, you sound like you from the Caucasus Mountains. Where you from? Break that down.
Where are you from, for real?
You can't answer a question with a question. I'm just asking about what mountains you from. You from the Caucasus Mountains? You from the Caucasus region? So you're not going to
Male or female?
You said what?
Are you male or female?
You got a gag reflex.
What?
Do you got a gag reflex?
Stop sexually harassing everybody.
Right?
Yo, love.
I'm sexually harassing the room.
And that's okay. Like just. Woo.
Lux, mind your